We are going to start, though, with Donna Hutz, who was at the rally Saturday when those gunshots were fired. Donna, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time. I know you were in the bleachers with your son just a few rows from where one of the victims was killed. How are you doing now? What have the past 2 days been like for you?
Well, Saturday was just what it was, a nightmare. Yesterday, we were busy yesterday, and it wasn't a batched out, so we were sharing our story and telling our story. It's a little bit of a therapeutic type of help in some ways, believe it or not. But this morning now, I think last night I finally slept decent and solid, that I didn't wake up with just thoughts. And this morning, as I wake up and just see this again, and I've already been on a talk show with Toronto. I was on with Australia last night and talking to these other countries and hearing what they're saying. Everybody wants us to heal. Everybody wants it to repair. Everybody wants the magic answer. Is this it? Are we all better now and we're all going to be friends? I don't have those answers, but I do know that I feel like this country's in trouble. I feel that if you were there, you're more empowered than ever to want to support President Trump. And that's how I feel about it. I used to hide my signs in my window because somebody might take them out of my yard. So I would just put them in the front dining room window. My signs are going in my yard. Just a whole different feeling.
Donna, if you wouldn't mind going back to that moment, just walking us through a little bit what you saw, what went through your mind when you first heard the gunshots, what unfolded around you in the bleachers.
So you heard the first three, boom, pop, pop, pop. At that point, you're up in alert. You're looking. I'm watching the president talk. So as you're hearing these, you're like, is that a gun? Am I hearing a gun? And you can't believe it. This is, in seconds, so many thoughts go through your head. But you looked at the president. Obviously, my son, after the third pop, was like, down, gun. And we were again in the third row. The first two cleared out. As he was saying it, the people were starting to move. So they were down. We were piled like 3 deep in our section. Our section was to the right of the president. We were in a different section than anybody recognized because nobody knew in our section that there was a man laying there dead and that we had a woman laying there shot. We knew immediately because the man was shot in the head. So for us, you're on the ground. You're obviously looking at what happened in your section. I'm laying there where I was able to pick up a piece of the fence flag and look at the president over here. So I'm like looking to see what's going on. I seen him get up. I see the blood on his face. I seen his ear. I seen his fist and his hand to the crowd, and off he went. So now I'm like, he's gone. We're still down. Nobody will let us up. We have people dead. So is this now a mass shooting? Because now you're looking at the sniper on stage, putting a gun into the crowd looking. So you're in our scenario, we were different than everybody else. Nobody knew there was 2 people shot in our bleacher. We had to face that fact. So you're looking at that and then that. And so I went from assassination to shooting. That's what my thought was in those moments.
We learned yesterday that man who was killed, his name Corey Comparator, that he died while he was trying to shield his family. What were your thoughts when you learned about that?
They were crying. The one daughter, now I know, mother and daughter, they were the 2 that were crying, obviously the most. And just, it's heartbreaking. That's my thought, feeling heartbreaking, tragic, and a shame. You bonded with these people. You went there. We were there at 8. We were for them to get the seat they got. They were there with us at 8:30 in the morning, sitting in a hot, no shade, full sun field, waiting for that gate to open at 1. You talked to people out there. No, I didn't see Cody out there. I don't remember him if I did. You're talking thousands of people. But the point is you bond out there. And so This man bonded with his family that whole day, waited. You got in that gate at 1. You waited for that president to talk at 6. And at 6:05, this man's life basically ended. It's terrible. It could have been us. That's what I think, too. My scenario was different. I was in the medic tent for a little bit. Had I gone in with my son, Joe, we probably would have been at the top of that bleacher because we picked top bleachers. He didn't want me to walk, so he picked the 3rd row. So there's so many scenarios that play through our head today. We're still not over it.
Donna, I'm struck by you mentioning that you've been speaking even with international news organizations and people wanting us to heal, people wondering how we'll fix this. After seeing what you did at Saturday's rally, what worries you about the state of politics in the U.S., especially as we get closer to this election in November?
The violence that is set up out there for people. I'm a very good reader. I read every side. I like to know what everybody's thinking, and I go to those websites where there is the riot planning for these people to join these sites. I read this. That has to stop. These just peaceful if you want to be doing this, but the violence has to stop. And that's what the countries are saying. Will our violence stop? Will we be at peace? Will we all stop this? And you hope.
Donna Hutz, we appreciate your time this morning. We're glad that you and your family are okay. Thank you for speaking with us.
We certainly are. Yes, thank you for your time, Donna. We're thinking about you and your family.
Hey there, MSNBC fans. I'm Luke Russert, and be sure to join me, Rachel Maddow, Jen Psaki, Lawrence O'Donnell, Steve Kornacki, Joy Reid, and many more September 7th in Brooklyn. MSNBC Live Democracy 2024. Click on the link for ticket information. We will see you there.